Well, hey, we have a 1968 Chevrolet C10. It's a step side. This thing is really cool. This thing used to be a part of the Boiling Springs Fire Department. As you can tell by the old etching in the paint, it's worn out. This is gonna be a super cool project. It's getting an LS, a 6-lug conversion. Oh, and the cool part is it's actually getting a Tremec 5-speed right there on the floor. So this is gonna be just a nasty truck. Look forward to getting this one started. The engine's actually out of it already. We're gonna take the transmission, the drive shaft out, and any other accomplices to the old drivetrain. We're gonna get rid of that stuff. So that's what we're gonna do today. Pop the hood. Yeah, a no engine. I see a no engine. But we gotta start with getting all the linkages undone, get the transmission out, and that's where we'll go. Starting right now. All right, Pat, let's do this thing.
I'm gonna go back here and work on the shaft. You know what we need?
What's that?
Is a lift in the parking lot. So we can throw this stuff up and pressure wash it all before we touch it.
I love that idea. Oh my.
Yeah, that's gonna absolutely twist down and
Murder
it's probably
somebody.
gonna pull jack.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. There might be a bolt under here. How come the transmission mount bolts smell like motor oil?
All right, everybody get a hand on it. Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times. Hold it tight.
Bring it forward.
Clutch for it, clutch for it. Okay. Go up there and we'll pivot it out. It was a pain in the butt getting that thing out there.
Yeah, I mean, it had that cross member that was riveted in.
Yeah, and it was still full of fluid.
So we were like, well, let's just pull it out this way.
Oh man.
Put a hand on it. Don't let it fall on your toe.
It's stuck on the motor mount. There you go. Sometimes it's just a big old game of Jenga, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not Jenga, Tetris. Or
Yeah,
Jenga.
there you go.
We don't want it all the logs.
No, we don't want to play Jenga. We do like to build things, but not when they crash down.
No.
I thought both of you guys were gonna drop it when that fluid started draining.
Oh no.
You're like, oh.
So the guys yanked this front end out yesterday. It was a 5-lug conversion, and pretty much all the parts under here were just wiped. Everything was old, blown out, all the rubber bushings were torn. So we had this front K-member that was already set up for a 6-lug, and it has new control arms and spindles and coil springs. So we literally just took the whole K-member and put it into this truck. I was kind of worried about it. The frame rails twisting a little bit here and there and not being able to line all the bolts up. Probably about 16, 18 bolts, and they pretty much lined up. And we just tightened everything back up and it pretty much went back into place. It's a little difficult sitting in the engine bay and kneeling in here for about a half an hour trying to tighten all the bolts. I can't feel my knees. I can't see my knees because they're full of oil and dirt, but that'll wash up with some soap. So I just got the clutch all bolted up and torqued. Now we're gonna stuff this engine and trans into this red C10. So this red C10 is getting air conditioning, but we want to keep that factory look of this old school box. Everything on this truck is old school, besides the new LS. We want to keep this factory look. We're gonna be keeping this factory heater box in the engine bay, blower motor and all, but we're gonna clean it up and paint it. But we want to incorporate our new air conditioning. It has to come through the firewall into the engine bay somewhere. We had an idea of running our AC lines and our heater lines through our factory heater box. These two holes here are the factory heater hoses. The heater core would be right behind here. So we're gonna cover this up with a little plate and make it all look like it should be there, and just have 4 grommeted holes right here for our AC lines and our heater lines to kind of keep that stock look, but it'll have air conditioning. Safety first.
We have our 1968 Chevrolet C10 step side gauge cluster. As you can see, it is original or close to it. This thing's really, really rad, actually. You can even see the sticker there from the truck's previous life. Town of Bowling Springs, North Kakalaki. And it's gonna look old school, but it's gonna have all modern speedo, tachometer, water temp, oil pressure, etc. So what we're gonna do is tear this down, put our new classic instruments into here, and send it on its way. Set that to the side. All right, you're coming off. Look at that. Would you just look at that? A little dusty, but this is really in really cool condition here. Here's this. All right, so, whoop, whoop. Let's see what we are dealing with here. Those are sweet. I got myself a new microfiber. I'm gonna tape these up just so they don't get scratched. Put a little bit of tape in. Did a tapey poo. This might take a second. So, the 4 little guys down below look pretty close. So I'll come here, and I just gotta loosen and move these. So they fit our gauge cluster perfectly. And this is why I'm using this instead of that gun right there. You see that plastic flexing? Just wanna be nice and careful with it to not fracture this gauge cluster bezel. I'm gonna make sure these gauges go in the right way, and then I'll set them all in. But let me go ahead and put these in there. Okay. Let's try. Huzzah! It fits really well. Look at that gauge cluster. The yellow is gonna look really great on that. Just kidding. Look at that tachometer. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. That's it. He's done. That's all she wrote. It's pretty. Now that it's ready to go back in the fire truck.
It's about to get real. You know what I like about old trucks? You can do stuff like this. You really get into your work. First one, click. I feel like this isn't the first time I've been stuck in this engine bay. I can't feel my knees. I can't see my knees because they're full of oil and dirt. And it won't be the last. All right, who put this PCV hose on here? That was me.
Don't look at my knowledge, it's a radiator.
There we go. It's hitting on something. This bolt is just touching our motor mount bracket, so I'm going to take just a sliver off of it. That way the AC compressor fits. Get that in, or can I get it tight? So we went ahead and got rid of the gas tank that was behind the seat on this truck originally. We went with an EFI tank under the bed. And instead of putting your typical fuel filler neck just like smack dab in the middle of the bed, we thought, hey, he's got this, the customer has this cool toolbox back here. And it was kind of the customer's idea. He wanted the filler neck incorporated in some kind of cool idea. You know, we were thinking we could run it up and we could put it in the side of the bed. We could do a couple different things. We were thinking about an old style gas can, like jerry can. We could have put it back here. But the customer had this really cool old toolbox. So we ended up putting the filler neck inside the toolbox. So that's pretty cool. One of those little TPC touches that we do.
I really like this truck, and I'm so glad it got this 6-speed. 6-speed with the custom 3-speed knob. This shifter and knob was actually in the toolbox that was in the bed. And it just fits the truck so well, we figured we gotta put it on. It still kind of rides like an old truck because it has a bunch of old truck suspension in it, but it feels like a new truck. Very nice. This truck is super low to the ground, and it's got some big old wide tires under it, so it's really fun.
I'm gonna go on the record and say, this truck and that other C10 that we're doing have made me want to buy a Chevrolet. I love these things. The way this thing rides down the road is incredible. And with that LS that we put in, that front suspension that we swapped over, we got the wheel woods on the front. Dude, and that gas tank filler neck is so sick.
That's pretty cool, right?
Oh my goodness gracious. I pulled up to the gas station when we were doing some of our test drives, and I had somebody just like, where are you going with that? And I stick it in the thing, you open up, they're like, what?
Sir, the gas doesn't go there.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. It's just pouring. No, it's super cool. It's one of a kind. Just another TP custom, man. Just original.
It's that little touch.
Yeah, it's sick.
And it fits the truck so well.
Yeah.
That old toolbox.
Yeah, it does. And heck, even the gauges I did, they look so original, but they're all modern.
Yeah.
To fit with the LS, to do all of our electronics, it's just really beautiful.
Yeah, I like how they look old school.
Yeah.
But they're
And it has AC.
Yep.
Even though you don't need it, you got the vent windows and just cruising down the road here in Greenville is so pretty.
Yeah.
But man, the AC's there for
It
the
does get hot
days.
here.
It
You
does.
do need AC sometimes.
Oh, I am from Florida, and it does get a little hot, but
A little hotter there.
a little hotter there. Yes.
The 6-speed, the
The
T56.
Yeah.
That's probably the best part about the truck.
It's
I
so
love that 6-speed.
It is. It is. That clutch, the hydraulic clutch, the 6-speed trimming. I mean, it's butter. It's butter. The gears are a little long, but it's butter, man. And let me tell you about these wheels too. These wheels and tires, who doesn't love some good old Michelin?
Some smoothies and some Mishies. Yeah.
Some smoothies. It is sweet.
It's a nice cruiser. You can just hop in, turn the key, and go.
You don't have to worry about the paint. I mean, but it also tells this really great story. I mean, this was a city truck, Boiling Springs, and then it was volunteer fire department. I mean, that's why we kept the theme, the red and the yellow and the big hose pipes and all of that, dude. It just really blends it in so nicely.
It tells a really good story.
You can't go anywhere in a truck like this and not have people stare at you. I mean, it speaks for itself. It paints a story, it's beautiful. And every car show, someone's gonna come up and say, man, that is sweet.
You take this thing down the road 20 minutes, and you got people throwing thumbs up and
Every
waving.
stoplight, at least one or two people like,
cool.
holy cow. The things you can do, most people throw things away. You repurpose them, you can make them just like this and enjoy a classic the way they were always meant to be enjoyed. 500 horse. It's cool.
I lied. That's the best part.
That is, and it's
The
got
500
that nasty
horse,
cannon.
and then it's the 6-speed.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. I'm gonna hate to see it go, honestly, but I'm gonna love to watch it leave.
I think there's one more thing we have to do though,
What's that?
and that's just one last test drive.
One last test drive?
I think so, right?
Yeah, dude, get in it.
Right.
Yeah, let's
do
Come on, man.
Hop in.
Hop in. Yeah. Let's go. Listen to that, man. Oh.